What's up, people? It's your boy back again. I'm gonna do a quick little review of the of week one thus far. It is Monday, so I haven't done the Monday night games haven't happened yet. But I'm gonna do a podcast tomorrow. But I posted on Facebook something. I said, if your team lost week one, remember there was no preseason. Remember, so no chemistry or anything like that. No preseason, no way to build chemistry. Don't panic. Now, with that being said, um, I'll try to give maybe like a futuristic, or just kind of do a little bit of prediction when it comes to what teams may look like going forward, because I know on my last podcast I said that my dark horse team for the AFC was the Houston Texans. They lost. Everybody crushed them. Everybody overreacts, which people just tend to do after week one of every football season. It should be called Overreaction Monday. And Houston is still my dark horse team. When you have a team that has a brand new set of skill position players and you have no preseason, it's going to take a couple of games for it to gel. There should be a whole new appreciation for preseason. And people say, "Well, they don't need the preseason." Yeah, actually, you really do. You really need the preseason, because every game counts, every game counts in NFL, and you can't afford to lose 2 or 3 games early just because you're in effect trying to learn how to play with your teammates. Now, the teams who are bringing back the same people from last year, they're not going to have that problem as much. And I said my dark horse team for the NFC was the Atlanta Falcons. They lost yesterday. I'm not changing up on that. I believe their offense is going to be explosive. Now, I don't know if I can remember all games off the top of my head. I'm sitting down here on my couch, just chilling in my Broncos blanket, and we play tonight. So go Broncos. Von Miller getting hurt messed me up. But anyway, where are we going to start? Okay, let me think games off the top of my head. Let's get this out the way. The Lions blew a lead to the Bears. Detroit did the most Detroit shit ever. You know what I mean? You up 17 points in the fourth quarter. Adrian Peterson is having a hell of a Lions debut. Having another bitch I'm not old game. And then somehow, some way, you blow it to Mitchell Trubisky. How do you do that? I mean, that's the most Detroit Lions shit ever. I'm not even trying to be funny. If I was the Lions front office, Matt Patricia would be fired today. And I know people are probably saying, but you said don't overreact. This doesn't have anything to do with it being week one. What it has to do with, this is the third straight season where Detroit plays football for 3 quarters. Detroit can actually look impressive for 3 quarters, but they never can find a way to close out the game. And Matt Patricia's signature is defense. That is supposed to be his signature, defense. And losing to Mitch Trubisky. No, his ass would have been fired today, this morning. I know, like I said, because the defense you coach can never seem to close the deal for a win. Let me think. NFC North. Chicago beat Chicago beat the Lions, and the Packers beat Minnesota. There are people that are so high up on the Vikings this year. I don't know why. Because Kirk Cousins is still the quarterback. Straight up. I think Jefferson may be a decent replacement for Stephon Diggs. Jefferson, a rookie from LSU. But Aaron Rodgers showed out. Aaron Rodgers is on a mission this year to ball out and laugh in his front office's face for drafting Jordan Love, who, by the way, now everybody's saying looked like trash during training camp. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did what Aaron Rodgers does, and that is ball out. Ball out. So everybody in the NFC North played each other. The NFC South, of the game everybody wanted to see, New Orleans versus Tampa Bay, went pretty much how I thought it would go. Like, teams are going to struggle. This year, no preseason. All of these free agent moves, no preseason. I mean, Tom Brady, he's old regardless, but their offense will get better. I knew they were going to struggle coming out the gate. I mean, Tom Brady was looking like Jameis Winston yesterday, throwing all them interceptions and pick sixes and shit like that. The Saints didn't look much better, to tell you the truth. They really didn't look that much better. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think I picked the Saints to win that division. The Falcons, they're my dark horse team, but they lost to Atlanta. I mean, the Falcons, they're my dark horse team. They lost to Seattle. I think Russell Wilson may be the MVP this year. For my pick for coming out of the NFC to represent them in the Super Bowl is I'm trying to make a decision between New Orleans and Seattle. Russell Wilson looked great. Atlanta's going to have explosive offense. You know, Ridley, Julio, Gurley, who scored a touchdown yesterday. They're going to put up points. Can their defense stop anything? The Panthers and the Raiders, which was actually an entertaining game, especially if you were fan dueling like I was. Because on one game, I had Christian McCaffrey and Josh Jacobs. I won some money off that game, too. So, and they both showed out. So, I mean, the Panthers, those are the type of game the Panthers are going to be in. And the Raiders. Don't expect much from both of them. Who else played? Everybody's expecting big things out of the Cardinals. And I remember I said on my last podcast, it wouldn't surprise me if the 49ers didn't even make the playoffs this season. Defense is still good. What are you going to do on offense? And they lost a close game to the Cardinals, who have made a lot of moves. DeAndre Hopkins balled out. So a lot of people are expecting big things from the Cardinals. We'll see. We'll see. Incidentally, the team they play next week shocked everybody. The Washington football team. Man, let me tell you something. Daniel Snyder should feel like a loser. Because for one, you were arrogant and you said, hey, I'll never change the team name, all caps and shit. And guess what? When the people who pay your bills said, oh, yes, you are, and you did, you weren't ready for it. So thus we have the Washington football team. I recommend the name for them, since their owner is apparently kind of a perv, getting videos made with naked cheerleaders. I think they should be called the DC Dickitch. And that's what I'm going to call them for the entire football season. Now, yesterday, they beat the Eagles. The Eagles were up 17-0, and then Carson Wentz just gave the game away. And he was sacked 8 times. Now, I tell you what, the Dickitch has a good defense. All right, I like keep a straight face. I'm serious. That's what I'm going to call them. But I think that their defense is maybe a year or two away from truly being dominant. But they looked that way yesterday. So, and Dwayne Haskins played okay. But what may be happening with the Dickitch is something that we may not be able to overlook. You know, their coach, all jokes aside, their coach has cancer. Ron Rivera has cancer. And he's doing treatment as he's coaching. So may be looking at his toughness and courage and rallying around that. That's, you can't discount things like that, particularly in a team game such as football. And he took an IV at halftime, and, they came out and they handled their business. Now, we shall see as time goes forward. I don't think that the DC Dickitch is going to win the NFC East. They play the Cardinals next week. If the Cardinals are taking steps forward, that should be a game that they should win against the DIs. Let's see. Oh, the Cowboys lost to the Rams. How about them Cowboys? To me, like I said, no overreaction. Just look like the same old Cowboys. Look like Jason Garrett's Cowboys. Conservative, not taking enough chances, waiting too late to try to do something big. Jalen Ramsey sold the hell out of that pass interference by the letter of the law. It was the correct call. I'm not a fan of the flop, but every wide receiver does it when they don't catch a pass. So I'm like, you know what? That's what you get. That's what you get. The Baltimore Ravens look great. Lamar Jackson looks unstoppable. He looks like he's getting better, particularly as a passer. They beat up the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Cleveland Browns, man, everybody always has so much expectation to him. You know what? Baker Mayfield, if he doesn't get it together, this season, he has a one-way ticket to being a career backup. Just being real. And Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry are probably get the hell up out of there. Because the Cleveland Browns have the most talent offensively in the NFL. They're more talented on paper offensively than the Dallas Cowboys. They are. They are. But the problem with the Cleveland Browns is their organization always swings and misses on the head coach. Who is Kevin Stefanski? Not trying to be funny. He may be better than the coach they had last year, but they need to. They don't hesitate to get players. They need to get them a big name coach. I guess if a big name coach wants to come there, because I'll be honest with you, Baker Mayfield is like Johnny Manziel without the drug use. He is a rebel attitude and all of this stuff, and people wanted to fall in love with him. And on the field, he don't get it done. Like I said, after this season, if there's no kind of improvement, he is on a one-way ticket to being a career backup. That's going to be Baker Mayfield if he don't get it together quickly. Like I said, week 1, no overreaction, but they look. I mean, if he was as accurate as they say, Odell Beckham was frying Marcus Peters yesterday. He was frying him on his route running, and the ball was just not there. It was overthrown. It was thrown behind. It was underthrown. And Odell was cooking Peters. Odell should have had damn near 200 yards receiving. For real. And, yeah, so we'll see. New England beats Miami. Cam looked great. I don't know how much success they'll have going forward playing that style, because, you know, if Cam rushes for 75 yards a game, that means he's going to get hit a lot. You know, they don't have any receivers outside of Julian Edelman. But, I mean, it worked for yesterday, so, you know, good. Cam looked good, but got to find some creative way to pass the ball, because their skill position players are still trash. Straight up, they're still trash. The Bills beat the Jets. You should expect Buffalo's going to take that next step. They have to win games like that. They do. The Jets. There's another person who's on the cusp of being a career backup, and honestly, it's really through no fault of his own. It's just his organization is trash. Is Sam Darnold with the Jets? All I hear about is the talent Darnold has, and people need to realize that Adam Gase is not a good NFL head coach. He may be a decent coordinator, but I'm not trying to be funny. This is white privilege with Adam Gase. Because he was the offensive coordinator for the Broncos when Peyton Manning had a record-setting season. Peyton Manning, everybody knows, ran his own damn offensive meetings. He was his own offensive coordinator. Adam Gase just had the title. And he got a job with Miami and then got fired from there, and now he's a coach for the Jets. Dude's not a good NFL head coach. Just straight up. He's not. So I expect the Jets to be battling Miami for last place. I actually think Miami's better than the Jets. To tell you the truth. I really do. I think Miami's better than the Jets. And let's see, all these games I'm thinking about off the top of my head. The Chargers beat the Bengals. Joe Burrow, his first game, he got roughed up. You could tell, no preseason. Chargers defense came at him. The Chargers should have blown them out. But Tyrod Taylor is just like scared to make big plays, big throws. Like, for real. It's almost, because I'm a Tyrod supporter. I'm from Virginia. He's from Hampton. I try to stay, loyal to the VA guys. And he's got talent, but it's like he's afraid. It's like he only wants to be a game manager. I'm like, dude, you got weapons. You know what I mean? Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Hunter Henry, you got weapons. Eckler, utilize it. Otherwise, you will forever be a placeholder for whenever Justin Herbert is ready to go. You are a placeholder for Baker Mayfield. Like, you got weapons. You got skills. Use it. God damn. Is there any more that I've missed? Let me think of anything that I've missed. Hey, buddy. That. Hey, your buddy. Here's my puppy. I think that may have covered it. If it was something I missed, then I guess it wasn't that important to me. Oh, the Colts. The Colts. The only game that had fans. The Jaguars and the Colts. Only game yesterday that had fans. Yeah, the Colts lost. Phillip Rivers threw for a lot of yards, but threw some interceptions. And they lost Marlon Mack. He tore his ACL yesterday. That sucks. But now you get to see the guy who you drafted from Wisconsin. The running back you drafted from Wisconsin. See what he about. But alright. That should be a wrap. We can wrap up, my niggas. Later.